Hello and welcome to Core TV News on the Hour. I am Omotayo Alo. The President of Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari, arrives in the United States of America with some state governors and all the dignitaries. He begins his first round of discussions today. In the same vein, the United States has promised to help Nigeria track down billions of dollars in stolen assets and increase U.S. military assistance to fight Islamic militants. The visit to Washington by President Muhammad Buhari is viewed by the U.S. administration as a chance to set the seal on improving ties since they won the March election. It orders Nigeria's first democratic power transition in decades. U.S. cooperation with Buhari's predecessor, Goodluck Jonathan, had virtually ground to a halt over issues including his refusal to investigate corruption and human rights abuses by the Nigerian military. President Barack Obama has long seen Nigeria as arguably the most important strategic country in sub-Saharan Africa. Project for Human Development, a civil society organization, on Sunday urged President Muhammad Buhari not to listen to the U.S. government on issues to gay rights so as to protect the laws and values of Nigeria. The call was made at a rally in Lagos against the backdrop of Buhari's visit to the U.S. on Monday. Director General of PhD, Mr. Jerry Okwuosa, said the rally was to end Buhari on the fears by Nigerians that Obama might ask him to decriminalize the same-sex prohibition law of Nigeria. According to him, this is a way for the U.S. to promote gay rights, which is a part of American foreign policy. He, however, urged President Buhari to reject such a trade-off. The protesters, numbering about 50 and including lawyers and youth leaders of both sexes, paraded from the Tafawa Balewa Square through Lagos City Mall to the Muzon Center. A retired Deputy Inspector General of Police, Adebayo Adeoye, has called for the immediate restoration of the Department of State Services personnel to the Aso Villa to provide close bodyguard protection for President Muhammad Buhari. The former DIG noted that the use of soldiers as presidential guards could expose Buhari to danger and jeopardize his life. Buhari had on Friday recounted his experience at the Eid praying ground, where he was almost mobbed by youth who were anxious to see him, adding that a man with a knife could have attacked him during the tense moment where he managed to escape from the crowd. Adeoye, in a telephone interview on Sunday, stated that the incident at the Eid praying ground showed that the soldiers guarding him did not have the requisite experience and skills to protect him. Adeoye observed that Buhari had to board his official car through the rear left passenger side, where the aide-de-camp sits to escape the mob. The retired police chief said the soldiers guarding the president exposed him to danger by their poor crowd control skills, adding that the DSS operatives would have better protected him because they were trained for such scenarios. But a former FCT Commissioner of Police, Lawrence Alobi, stated that the soldiers in Mufti could be used as part of the outer layer of presidential security, while the DSS should rather be used for intelligence gathering. He disagreed with Adeoye's stance that the DSS operatives were trained in crowd control, noting that it was only policemen that had such training. Former Governor of Anambra State, Chris Ngige, on Sunday said the change Nigerians expect will fully take root when each of us play his part in supporting President Muhammad Buhari to deliver on his campaign promises. Ngige said this in the solemn message to Muslim faithful as part of the Eid al-Fitr celebrations. He said the Eid al-Fitr celebrations provide a unique opportunity for sober reflections and spiritual rejuvenation, which Nigerians must take full advantage of. While congratulating our Muslim brothers and sisters for the successful completion of the mandatory month-long fasting period, he urged them to imbibe the lessons of selflessness, dedication to the service of God and humanity, as well as sacrifice which the holy month teaches. He stressed that the change we all hoped and prayed for is here. The former governor explained that all Nigerians must now be prepared to play their individual and collective roles to ensure that words translate into action for Nigeria to attain its full potential. A former Vice President, Alex Ekwueme, has asked Nigerians not to rush President Muhammad Buhari into taking hasty decisions on national issues. He stated this on Sunday at St. Patrick's Catholic Church, Guluzugbo, in Anuocha local government area of Anambra State during the Thanksgiving Mass. A former national chairman of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, Chief Victor Ume, the ex-vice president, said every leader has his own style. The most important thing is to get the right results, ensure peace, stability, and unity of the country. He, however, noted that the appointments so far made by the president did not quite meet the federal character requirement as envisaged by the Constitution of the country. He said the Constitution of the country requires that the president observe federal character in appointments, considering the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. Labour Party has distanced itself from the recent statement by its National Secretary Olukayode Ajulo, calling on President Muhammad Buhari to set up an inclusive government. The party described Ajulo's comment as personal opinion. National Chairman of Labour Party Abdulkadir Abdulsalam, in a statement on Sunday in Abuja, said the party had no reason to join any inclusive government of the ruling All Progressives Congress. According to him, the party is not meant to take such position, calling on the president to set up an inclusive government. Abdulsalam added that as a marketable political party, Labour Party would rather remain a leading opposition party than calling on Buhari to set up an inclusive government. Retired military general Brigadier General Ayodele Ojo has accused the People's Democratic Party of trying to cause instability in the country for President Muhammad Buhari-led government. Ojo, in an interview with newsmen, said the action of the PDP senators to allow Ike Ekweremadu emerge as the deputy Senate president in a chamber controlled by the All Progressives Congress was aimed at destabilizing and ambushing the new administration. The retired general, who was a director in the defense headquarters, also criticized the National Assembly for being the weakest link in the nation's democracy. He stated that Nigerian lawmakers need to exhibit democratic traits as exhibited by the United States Congress, after which the Nigerian legislative system was fashioned. On the president's delay in appointing ministers, the retired general argued that a serious government with a mission for change could not afford to hastily form its cabinet. According to him, the president must resist any attempt to be stampeded by the PDP and all the opposition elements into appointing ministers. The All Progressives Congress has called on former President Goodluck Jonathan to apologize to Nigerians for the kind of bad governance and leadership it administered on the country during the 6 years it spent in office. The party also called on the People's Democratic Party to eat the humble pie and apologize to the people for the way it mismanaged the country for the 16 years it ruled the country, saying the apologies would be the most honorable thing to do. A statement on Sunday by the Publicity Secretary of the APC in Ondo State, Omobade Soya, noted that instead of making excuses, the PDP should be remorseful and apologetic for plunging the country into the mess it found itself. The statement added that the process of rescuing the country from the level the PDP government left it might take time and that there would be need for patience. Meanwhile, the Publicity Secretary of the PDP in Ondo State, Banji Okunomo, in an interview with newsmen on Sunday, urged the APC to stop acting like an opposition party, saying it should rather focus on how to deliver on the promises it made to Nigerians. The umbrella body of Ijaw Youth, the Ijaw Youth Council Worldwide, has berated former President Olusegun Obasanjo over alleged uncomplimentary comment on the immediate past President Goodluck Jonathan. Obasanjo had allegedly said while delivering a convocation lecture at Benson Idahosa University, Benin, Edo State, that the perceived failure of Jonathan in office would halt the people of South-South Zone for a long time. The IYC took exception to the comment, saying that the statement was reckless, baseless, and a deliberate effort by Obasanjo to dent former President Goodluck Jonathan's touring image in the international community. The group stated that if there was any region that ought to be haunted by the performance of ex-Nigerian president, it is the Southwest region, as former President Obasanjo's performance in office was abysmal. We take a short break now, and when we come back, we'll be back with more stories. Stay tuned.
Some pundits believe that as long as the political system is driven by selected few, corruption may be difficult to fight.
You should be careful about what you say.
I am not the only politician. Even if I've wronged anyone, it is time to forgive me.
Political Arena every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. and a repeat broadcast every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m.
If you're just joining us, it's Core TV News on the hour. For more news and information, visit our social media platform, facebook.com/Core TV News. You could follow us and also tweet at us at our Twitter handle @Core TV News NG. Get more news and information on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Core TV, leave a space and news. The peace talks to end the leadership crisis in the Senate appears to have collapsed following the decision of the Unity Forum to challenge the June 9 election of Bukola Saraki as Senate President and Chief Ike Ekweremadu as Deputy Senate President in court. Some members of the forum are praying a court in Abuja to nullify the elections of Saraki and Ekweremadu. But the like minds backing Saraki have convened in Abuja to assess the situation and launch counter-legal attacks. Members of the Unity Forum is said to be angry at what they see as the outlined position of the Saraki group against the directive of the APC leadership on the sharing of principal positions in the chamber. The decision to go to court is hinged on alleged lack of quorum in the chamber on June 9 when Saraki and Ekweremadu were elected, and the use of alleged forged 2015 Senate standing orders to conduct the election. The APC Governors Forum Committee on the Crisis in the Senate is being coordinated by Governors Atiku Bagudu and Adams Oshiomhole. The governors expected to meet Saraki and Lawan after the Eid al-Fitr break. Senators who served in the 7th Senate have the 2015 edition of the Senate Standing Orders as amended. The senators who were from different political parties said they were not aware of any amendment to the 2011 Senate Standing Orders acting on the petition by Senator Sulaiman Unkuyi, All Progressive Congress, Kaduna State. The police had on July 6 quizzed the Deputy Senate President, Senator Ike Ekweremadu, and the Clerk of the National Assembly, Mr. Salisu Makasua, over an alleged forgery of the standing orders. The alleged forged orders were said to have been used in the election of Ekweremadu and the Senate President Bukola Saraki. It was exclusively reported on Thursday that the police said that they would release the report on their investigation into the alleged forgery this week. The petition alleged that some parts of the 2015 Senate orders were different from the one ratified by the 6th Senate in 2010, which was used by the 7th Senate as standing orders in 2011. With the renewed attacks by the insurgents, Boko Haram catching many Nigerians by surprise, and with calls for a more proactive approach by the military, growing Chief of Army Staff Yusuf Buratai has reiterated the Army's commitment to fighting the insurgents. The Army Chief, who was speaking in Damaturu, Yobe State capital, on visit to troops on the front line of the fight, says is spiritually and mentally rejuvenated to face the criminals disturbing the peace of the nation. The acting director, Public Relations, Sani Usman, says the troops of the Nigerian Army have detonated landmines planted by Boko Haram insurgents along the Maiduguri-Biu Road. Usman said the road is now safe for usage as adequate security has been provided to ensure the safety of commuters. Usman, whose comments were contained in an electronic mail on Sunday, said the landmines were removed by the Special Forces Explosive Ordnance Device Unit in collaboration with the police and the vigilance groups. He said the team of security operatives successfully detonated 4 improvised explosive devices planted by the insurgents during the operation. The acting army spokesman also advised the members of the public to be vigilant and security conscious and report suspicious movements to the security operatives. The insurgents had reportedly taken over a portion of the Maiduguri-Biri road on Monday. Wife of Lagos State Governor Bolanle Ambode on Sunday called on mothers to raise and nurture their children with the fear of God irrespective of gender. She made the call when she visited a set of triplets delivered by Mrs. Abe Augustine and a set of twins by Mrs. Nosiru Onibon, both at the Ekpe General Hospital. Ambode, who was accompanied by the wife of the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Fausat Obasa, said the upbringing of a child goes a long way to determine his or her future, reminding mothers of their key role in shaping the future of their children. Medical Director of the hospital, Mustafa Bamidele, who received Mrs. Ambode and the entourage, expressed joy at the visit, saying such was quite unusual. He expressed appreciation on behalf of the management and staff of the hospital for the visit and presentation of gifts to the newly born, expressing optimism that the hospital will witness such visits in future. We take another break now, and when we'll be back with stories from outside Nigeria. Stay tuned.
Don't have naked, that's a sign of protest, saying that things are not good.
Women share the most amazing thoughts
when it's close to the time our people will protest naked
on national issues.
That was their own point.
That was an accident. That is different.
And they do it
Politics is about being a servant.
passionately.
Without a woman, there will be no success at all.
Sharing the adorable word of women
There are some women who have what it takes.
in politics
Margaret Thatcher, Iron Lady. When she's too soft, she's too soft.
only on Core TV News.
2 people have been injured in multiple car explosions in northern Gaza City. Palestinian security sources said 6 explosions took place at the same time on Sunday morning in Sheikh Radwan neighborhood. The cars belong to officials of Islamic Jihad, Hamas, and its armed wing, the Qassam Brigades. There was no immediate claim of responsibility for the attacks, but an Al Jazeera correspondent in Gaza noted that Sheikh Radwan witnessed fighting between Hamas security forces and fighters loyal to the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant group in early June. 3 Egyptian soldiers were killed in a rocket attack on a checkpoint by Islamic militants in the Sinai Peninsula on Saturday, the military said in a statement. The official MENA news agency had earlier reported 5 soldiers killed, quoting security officials. The discrepancy could not immediately be explained as journalists have limited access to the Restif Peninsula, where jihadists are waging a deadly insurgency. The military said it killed 20 militants on Saturday in an assault on a jihadist hideout, posting video of airstrikes on a building and 2 trucks on its spokesman Facebook page. Britain is committed to working with the U.S. to destroy the caliphate set by the Islamic State militant in Iraq and Syria, the Prime Minister reports. David Cameron told a particular news TV station he wanted the UK to do more, but said he needed to take Parliament with him. MPs voted against proposed military action in Syria 2 years ago. Mr. Cameron is due to use a speech today to warn young Britons tempted to join in the fight that they will end up as soon as possible. It's a wrap on Core TV News at this hour. Thank you so very much for watching. I remain Omotayo Alo.